We often hold on very tight to things we know, to people, to all of our careful plans. We think this makes us truly safe. We believe that control means strength, but sometimes our grip is too tight. It can choke the precious life from us. It stops the gentle flow of joy. It keeps us from really living. Fear is a very big reason why. We hold on because of fear. Fear of what we do not know. Fear of any kind of change. We know what we currently have, even if it is not good for us. The familiar often feels much safer. Even if familiar is a cage, we are scared to simply let go. What if we stumble? What if we fall? This tight grip always costs us something. It costs us our inner peace. It costs us so much of our energy we feel tired almost all the time. I had a job I once wanted. It looked so very good on paper. Everyone said I was quite lucky. I worked so hard to get it. It was my big dream, I thought. I told myself I was truly happy. I tried hard to believe it was true. This was real success, was it not? I had achieved what I set out to do, but each new day felt so heavy. I woke up feeling tired and worn. The work itself was not much fun. It drained all of my precious energy. I felt just like a tired robot, doing many tasks I did not love. My heart was simply not in it. I felt quite empty deep inside me. This was not the dream I imagined. Stress became my most constant friend then. I was anxious almost all the time. I could not sleep very well at night. One Tuesday morning felt quite different. My boss called me into his office. His face looked very serious then. My heart started to beat really fast. I did not know what to expect. I sat down feeling rather small. The air in the room felt thick. I sensed that something was about to change. A feeling of unease washed over me. He said the company was changing. Restructuring, that is what he called it. My role was no longer needed there. We have to let you go now. The words just hung there in the air. They felt completely and totally unreal, like I was in some bad dream. I could not believe what I heard. It was a shock to my system. I just sat there feeling so numb. I could not find any words to speak. Panic immediately washed right over me, like a giant freezing cold wave. How would I ever pay my bills? What would other people think of me? I felt like a total, utter failure. My identity was tied to that job. Who was I without it all now? Fear was like a loud, beating drum. It echoed in my head constantly. I felt so very much deep shame. I did not want to tell anyone. It felt like I had done something wrong, like I was simply not good enough. I hid away at home for days. The curtains in my house stayed closed. I avoided all calls from my friends. I wanted to be invisible to the world. The embarrassment was overwhelming. I questioned all of my life choices. Was I on the wrong path always? Did I make a truly huge mistake? Self-doubt then became my dark shadow. It followed me absolutely everywhere I went. Every single thought was so negative. My mind was like a stormy sea. I felt completely and utterly lost. I did not know which way to turn. I felt the enormous weight of expectations. After the big storm of panic came quiet, a strange, rather empty kind of quiet. I had so much unexpected time now. Too much time, it felt at first. The silence was very uncomfortable for me. I was not used to it at all. I had always been so incredibly busy, always rushing from one thing to another. This new stillness felt foreign. I started doing very small things that I used to really love. Reading many interesting books again, walking slowly in peaceful nature, listening to my favorite music. Just simple things, nothing too grand. No big goals to achieve right now, just being present in the quiet moment. Slowly, I started to breathe again deeply. I found my old, forgotten paints, and my dusty, unused sketchbooks too. I started to draw pictures again, just for fun, with no real purpose, no pressure to be perfect at all, no one else to try to impress. It felt surprisingly good to create, a tiny little spark of pure joy. One day, an old friend called me. She had heard I was now free. She had a small, interesting project, something creative she needed help with, something I was actually good at. It was not a very big job, but it felt like a hopeful sign, a little light in all the darkness, a small beacon showing a new way. I decided to say yes to it, even though I was still quite scared. It was very different from my old work. It was exciting and a little unknown, but this time, the unknown felt hopeful, not just completely terrifying like before. I took a small but brave step into a future I could not yet see, but I trusted this little opportunity. That one small project led to another, then another one came after that. Word started to spread around slowly. People really liked my new creative work, the work that came from my heart. Opportunities began to gently flow in. I learned how to live my life, without a very rigid, set plan. It was quite scary for me at first. I always liked having clear plans. I liked knowing what was coming next. But life is not always like that. Sometimes we just have to trust, and take only one small step, one step at a time, into the unknown. I started to really trust the process, trust that things would somehow work out, even if I did not see how. This was a brand new feeling for me. It was like learning how to float. You have to completely relax your body. You have to let the water hold you. You cannot fight against the current. You must surrender to its support. There was a strange kind of freedom in not knowing absolutely everything. It meant that anything was possible. New adventures could suddenly appear. Unexpected joys could surprise me daily. Life felt much more spacious now. Now, when I look back at it all, I see everything so very clearly. Losing that old job was a gift. It was not a failure at all. It was the necessary push I needed to let go of what was not right, to find what truly was meant for me. I am so incredibly grateful for that push. It changed the course of my life. Everything in my life did change. When I finally decided to let go, my daily work completely changed. My high stress levels greatly changed. My overall happiness deeply changed. I felt so much lighter than before, more authentic and true to myself, more like the real person I am. Life had more vibrant color, more joy. Surrender is not about giving up, it is about giving into something, to a larger, more knowing flow, to a wisdom greater than our own. It is trusting that life has our back. Think about your own life right now. Is there something you are holding on to very, very tightly? Maybe it is a particular job, maybe a draining relationship, an old belief, something that feels extremely heavy, something that drains your precious energy, something that keeps you feeling small. Take a moment to honestly reflect. It is scary to think about letting go. I know that deep fear very well. The what-ifs can be so loud. What if I actually fail this time? What if I regret my decision later? What if I end up with nothing? These common fears can keep us stuck for a very, very long time indeed. They can paralyze us from moving forward. But please listen very closely now. There is another quieter voice inside. It is your own true inner wisdom. It often whispers softly to you. It knows what is truly best for you. It knows when it is time for a change. Can you learn to trust that gentle voice? Can you believe in its loving guidance? It is always there to support you. Letting go can be your open door, your personal door to real freedom, your unique door to a new beginning.